So here we go, getting lined up on the line, track stand position and nice front row position. Trying to judge the music for when that tape goes up is incredibly hard and I'm no good at it, but I am good at putting some power down here. Trying to hold that position on the road, as you can see my track, just a bit less friction and a bit more speed. And trying to hold this open corner here to just open it up a bit, which meant that I had to go really defensive on the next corner just to stop anyone coming up the inside. And Noah, the Sun rider, as you can see, used the bank, has a huge acceleration out of it. And from that just shoots off and goes straight into the lead. And then I'm on the hunt. Knew I had a safe position here as well. I had a bit of a gap to fourth, so I knew I could gamble a bit. And this was nice off camber, going up the bank. Thought I could slip it up the inside there, but that was a real struggle and good riding here from the number 2 rider. I knew that this would be my attack zone, so turn 4 and 5 here. Turn 4 is a nice right-hander, really loose. And then you need a good exit out of 5, and that would then slingshot you, which is exactly what I tried to do, and just get on the power just a little bit before him, and then go hunting down Noah. And as you can see, he is off in the distance. He's probably got 100, maybe 150 meters on me. So I knew that it was going to be a big task to track him down, but yeah, as you can see, I'm just spinning the helmet around there, just having a look, seeing who's behind me and if I need to run defensive here. There's a good couple of crashes behind, as you can see the riders going into the net. 360 camera gives us a good vision of that, and obviously I'm very unaware of it during the race. Again, nice sweeping turns here and on the power early. We were seeing about 60 kph in training runs, so I'd imagine a little bit more than that during the race run. I love the inside turn here. This is a really flat corner, really loose rocks, but you can actually use the rut that was formed during the week to get a good exit out of that. And again, just on the power as quick as we can, because I know that this is one of my strengths. I know where my weaknesses lie and I know where my strengths lie, and just trying to stay with him here. This was my main aim. I knew in the rough stuff I'd be a little bit slower, but knowing that I can get on the power and use that strength that I've got was critical to this puzzle, if you like. So as you can see at this point, I was in 2nd place. A good gap to 3rd and 4th, and then the big pack were behind. So I knew that I could gamble a little bit. I could really go on the hunt and know that if I got it wrong, I'd still end up with 2nd. But as you can probably imagine, I was not in a position to want to stay in 2nd by the end of this race. Love this section here. Absolutely hauling down through these rocks and just trying to make sure you keep that pinpoint accuracy. Front wheel needs to be exactly where you want it, avoiding those side boulders, as you can see, because it wouldn't take much to have a mechanical or a puncher, and that would just throw the race off. Again, just extending the lead here. Noah is just absolutely in his zone, and credit to him, he was absolutely flying here, and I really did struggle to hold on to him. Again, as you can see, he just walks off into the distance and really extends his lead. But yeah, just knowing that I could just close that gap anytime the pedals were there, I was on the pedals as quick as we could, trying to unleash my power. Getting a nice exit out of this corner using that bank there. I've been training on that during the week and found I could actually use that to get a much better, cleaner exit. And again, as you can see, there's starting to come into some pedal zones, and that's where I'm starting to close Noah down a little bit. Really messed that corner up, but staying on the grass there was my aim. It's a lot smoother than being in the actual groove of the track and then just dipping it down. And during the training in the week, I've practiced my lines here, and obviously the rules are to stay within the tape. You cannot cross that tape, everybody knows that. But anything that you can find within the lines of the tape is game on. So I really practiced this line here, and as you can see, I cut the corner there and then go straight over the bank onto that one and drop it down nicely. And that was, yeah, quite a nice little cheeky line that I found. Some would say it was a French line. Through this section here, this was where the suspension was just taking an absolute pounding. It was just high speed bumps, low speed bumps, just everything that suspension has to deal with. And then here, probably the scariest part of the race, highest speed, again over 60 kph, with a sheer drop on the left-hand side, thundering down here, and this is where I knew, as you can see, Noah is pretty much gone, but trying to hold on to him at this point was critical to trying to take the win. So as you can see, I'm just pumping every bump I can take. I'm taking the inside lines, cutting it back, trying to avoid the puddles. As you can see, we've got Noah in the distance now, and we're just closing that gap, just trying to take out a couple of meters here, a couple of meters there, knowing that the attack zone is going to be in about 5 minutes' time. There you go, close to the edge there. Sigh of relief when I realised that it was all okay and we're holding it together. Going uphill for the first time in the race, back on the pedals. Dropper post was not up at this point. Got to keep it down because it's sprinting, it's not just coasting pedalling. Again, a quick check, look behind. You can see in the camera view there, the wide angle lens shows there was no one near us, which again just made me think, well, we can gamble. We can gamble for the win, and if we blow out, then we'll still end up with seconds. So great position to be in, and if anyone was going to offer whichever position I'd want, it would be this one right here. Again, uphill here. This was the first time that we put the dropper posts up. I went up about now, just give it a little bit of a pedal. Knew that I couldn't get him before we drop into the single trail here, so no point in trying to push too hard. Now that we're on the single trail, just about staying with him, so I know my attack zone is coming up in a few minutes' time. All I've got to do is be on his back wheel by the time we get into that pedal section. Huge credit goes to the Méribel team that builds these bike parks, and the berms especially. I've been to so many bike parks like Morzine, which I really do not rate. This bike park is well looked after, there's no braking bumps, it's a fantastic place to ride, and I'd strongly recommend it to anyone that wants to go there of any ability. A funky angle there where the camera looks back. Again, you can just see that we're so far ahead, we've got a nice 1-2 position here. Awesome fun ripping through those berms there, nice fast section. Jump on the inside, but it's a lot faster to just go around it, which is a shame because obviously I love the jumps. Noah starts to pull out a little bit too far for my liking here, and I know that the zone in which the potential to overtake is coming up, so this is where I start to close and really push as hard as I can to just get on his back wheel. That's the aim of this for me here, is back wheel, close that gap down, don't let him pull away. As you see the trail there, it goes uphill, and this is the zone where it's all about getting a good exit out that last corner there and speed tucking up through here. You want to just save as much speed as you possibly can before you have to get back on those pedals. And again, you look at the drop on the left hand side and realise that you definitely don't want to go falling off of there. It might look like a nice soft field, but you're going to be coming back up from it. So at this point now, I know that I'm in target zone of where I want to be for the overtake, and all I want to do is just let Noah know that I'm there and I'm ready. it puts the pressure onto him. It puts the pressure onto him to ride defensively, and just got him exactly where I need him to be. And here we go. So we're coming out of the single trail, back onto a fire road. When I went for the overtake, I actually thought at this point I'd gone too early, and all he would have needed to do is stay in my slipstream. So the plan was, as soon as we go past, we go into a speed tuck position. We're actually going uphill a bit here as well, and I knew that we had 3 minutes of extreme speed and absolute race pace where I had to give it everything. Quick look over my shoulder there to see. So the idea was I need to break that slipstream and just get out of his range where he could hold on to me. And that's why this section here, you'll notice I went as hard as I possibly could. This is 100% through here. Again, just cutting the corner there, taking that inside line, straightening the curve out, make it as fast as possible. This is my first real indication. When I took the switch back there, I had an idea of where Noah was, and as you can see in the angle there, I dropped him, so that the plan had gone well, and I just wanted to push on. Felt good and felt strong at this section, so I just thought, well, we'll utilise the energy whilst we've got it, and just try and extend that lead. It's a very bike parky area here. It's lots of little jumps, but trying to stay within speed was hard, and that one just goes straight into a berm, which was hard to ride at race pace. But I'm sure that if you were to ride down this trail, as you can see, it's a blue trail sign at the side of the track there. You ride this with your family, with your kids, and it'd be great fun. But trying to race it was, yeah, slightly odd. So just trying to stay safe here. I want to tuck in on the left-hand side and get a nice clean exit. Real loose stones there into a couple of jumps. Again, just overshooting them massively, but definitely want to take them because they're more fun. So the wood section there, just trying to take that inside line every time we can. Inside line, smoothest line. Stay out of trouble, try and avoid the big roots and the big rocks because we don't want to have a mechanical hill at this point. These berms through here were built so well and so smooth that they were just brilliant to ride. Took a very slow exit out of this one, that was deliberate because this is a gravel car park, and as you notice I straight back up to speed, but just trying to stay within the limits and stay as safe as possible. Don't want to put the bike down at this point and lose a huge chunk of that lead. Onto the road section. I knew at this point we're good, and you can probably tell from my reactions.
This bike is so bloody fast.
tell from the wobble I was still on the pedals, just trying to keep extending that lead, push further ahead, especially in a safe situation like this where it's just smooth. You can really push on knowing that you're not going to get a puncher along here. Probably tell from my breath at this point I was very, very tired. Another quick check over the shoulder, just check. No one was gaining on me, and I was in exactly the position I wanted to be in. One of the hardest corners of the race was this one here, just trying to get through that off of some nice tarmac into some gravel and trying to avoid the ditch. You can tell how much slower we went round there. Off camber, slidey section, and then a quick check over the shoulder again, constantly just trying to give myself as much information as possible. Do we have anyone near us? And the answer was no. I didn't see Noah, didn't see anyone else again, which was fantastic news for me. Lovely section coming up off of a fire road here. Really got to pay attention at this point. Energy levels are low and this is fast. So this section I should have gone wide, but I took the defensive line, as in if someone was behind me I'd take that inside cut. I mainly wanted to practice that because the next race was the next day and I wanted to practice and just see how that line sets up, so that was the reason for that inside. Lovely little jumps here and very, very sketchy at race speed. Again, a beautiful berm into another one, just fantastically built. Energy levels are hitting near zero now, so really starting to just tell myself, slow down, take it safe. Taking that high line just opens up the corner, make a better exit. The lines that we practiced in the week are taped off there, so that was the reason why I went a bit sketchy and steady through there. Back on the power, final sprint to the line. One more check over the shoulder.
On. Switch 6 for the win. Get in there! Get in there! Come on!
Incredible feeling. Absolutely incredible. Definitely owe it to the bike. The bike is the fastest bike I've ever ridden. I think the setup between a 29-inch for a wheel and a 27.5 really make a big difference.
Get in there. Switch six for the win.
Job's done. There's Noah. Great respect as always. What a day, what a race.